what's up? This is the most cinematic, melodramatic tutorial ever to take place. I'm going to take you through the steps of customizing a shirt for a client. Good client. Crazy Faith is the design. It's a great design. So I'm going to cut the pieces. I'm going to cut the shirt, show you the design that I'm cutting that was supplied by the client. Read it out, and then I'm going to press it on the shirt and deliver it to the client all in this video. So I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. Alright, here I cut this piece. I got everything marked out. Hold on, let me check it out, see how I'm looking over here. What's up, y'all? Got everything marked out. So, get on this side so I can cut. Register everything up. Okay. Piece, boom boom, cut, specifications. So this is what I'm gonna be working with. Got all the pieces over here for this order. You know, a few custom pieces. Got one more. So the whole reason I'm shooting this is because I wanted to remind people to always house the Sharpie. Sharpie is best piece of equipment you can have in the shop, so you always want to house your Sharpie. So let me get back over here. Got one more to measure out, and I can get the order ready to cut. So yep, got it just enough. And I could leave it like this as a bigger piece, but I want everything to be uniform. So mark, one mark, down here, the second mark, we had already measured it, one wide, so this will be the last cut on this, and always house your Sharpie. Notice how I get down. That right there, so my registration points line up. Curve on that cut outwards. Come back to the line, baby. That's my line, because I had a little something under there. There we go. Another piece cut. That's what I'm talking about. So now we're going to go to the next phase of the process, which is actually cutting out the logos. I know I'm looking bad, y'all, but I'm at work, so I don't mind looking bad. And, you know, I'm directing this, so. Next phase. Alright, y'all. This is the Crazy Faith logo I'm about to cut. You see I got it laid out on the computer. So that size is 9.5 by 5. So I cut everything to 6 by 11 just so I'd have enough space on the paper to be able to lay it out and you know, not have to worry about it getting caught up on the edges, things like that. So I like to give a lot of space, waste a little bit more paper, cost a little bit more, but you're gonna get a better result as far as not messing up a cut, because when you mess up a cut, the paper's unusable. You're gonna lose some money. So this is the Crazy Faith logo that I'm about to cut, and I'm gonna just put the camera on the machine and let you watch a couple of them get cut. Then I'll show you me weeding it. So this is where we at. Let me set you back up. Okay, now I'm about to set up the paper on the machine. So this is kind of what you got to do, get it set up. And you know, I'm trying to stay out of the camera. Oh, that's a horrible shot. I'll be wanting to get my little logos and stuff in, so I'll move in like this. And I'll just do the work and not worry about the shot. You kind of get a first-hand preview of how I actually work in my shot. That's why this isn't my main job. I'm an MC, a graphic designer, I'm a videographer. So I got 18 things going on. So if it's distracted looking or you know anything like that, that's just because I got so much going on. That's what it is. So you get those set. It's a pretty easy process once you got them in there. That's not going to work. So I didn't want to reset the machine, but I'm going to have to reset the machine because of this edge right here. If you got it right up under that, the feet don't work, the rollers don't work. So I got to open that up. I'm going to reset it. Take a little bit more time, but I enjoy this process because you're getting it for real. So you reset, go offline, reset the paper past that point so everything has a grip. Get the straight edge lined up. That's where we at. Get it in position. And that's why you want the sizes. Hit the origin button. Okay. Now I got to take the cut speed up to 510. The cutting pressure I'm going to leave at 220 grams. Maybe take it up to 230, 240. I'm going to give it a little bit more cut pressure. So now I got everything set up. This is the area that's going to do all the work. And now I put a little bit more cut pressure on it. And that's what you got to deal with when you're dealing with this. So there's a lot of factors that go into making sure that your shirt comes out right. So I'm going to try to cut one since I got everything laid out. And I can see it's cutting a little deep already, so I don't like that. Let me see how it works out. Because this design is real intricate. And you'll see when I take it out, it's got some swerves and some corners in it. Yeah. This joint is already ripping it up. So I know it's cut. Now I want to just make sure that it ain't cutting too deep. And those are the factors that go in, and like I said, when you ruin the sheet, it's just ruined. So this is part of the process, and I'm going to take you through all of the steps that I go through. And I'm going to put my hat on, because I want that to be. So now that's a full cut, and this is what we're looking at as far as here. Okay, so that's what we got back. You see right here there's some tearing around the edges. I've had that before with this design because of the different corners and the curves with it, but that's a little bit more than I usually get. So hold on, I'm gonna put you over here with me now, take you out. And so now I gotta take this part and weed it. I gotta take the actual excess off of it and get my logo out. So I'm gonna fix the camera right here. Doing all this in camera. You know, in the production school they call it in camera. So you can see my hands work. And you can get a good look at that Street Scholar logo. So this is where take it, find the corner, and I like to roll it first to see all of the cuts in it. Like when you roll it, you can see it made its cuts. So it should weed nicely. And those torn corners might help me a little bit if I'm not mistaken. So that's that crazy face, that's the cross. So as I weed it, you'll see the design come out. Oh, see, no. So, tack on this paper is not so good. I've used it before, so you can't pull it too hard or you're gonna lose your details. And that's something you don't want to do. So paper's not that sticky for my purposes, but as you can see, details are coming out. So all the little cuts that was made. You got to be real gentle with this, see, because if you get the wrong part of the detail come out, you've ruined the paper. So, you know, I'm seeing some of the cuts weren't as sharp. So I'll probably change my blade. Now, I can even show you that because I bought some new blades. So this is what it looked like, and I know Nicole's gonna love this because this is her favorite part of the design is the cross. So this is where, you know, she's gonna look and be like, oh, there's my design. So there's the cross, there's the hashtag, and now we're going for the logo. Yeah. And I'll keep it up here so when I pull it, it reveals itself. But I like to keep it low and look down at it. But since I'm doing a video, and this is my first ever video showing my process, and I just thought, you know, since I'm being super petty, that's the new design I got coming. I'm gonna just, you know, be a little bit more interactive with the audience. Okay, this is weeding nice. I'm really happy with how it's coming out over here. So now I go in there and get that part out. So you gotta go in. Now I'm not using any tools to actually do this, so that's a good paper. Like I say, I might have had to cut a little too much pressure to tear up a little bit and pull up some things, which is why, you know, I'm being extra careful. Okay. comes out. And like I could be cutting this off, this excess, as not to get caught up. And I'm trying to keep it in the camera. So if it gets messed up, this was only because I was trying to show so much. But it is really weeding nice. Oh, see, you gotta pay attention. I can't be worried about that camera when I gotta get this stuff up out of here. See, I ain't playing with it now. See, and the little details, boy, they'll get you. I got one right here. So if I want to shut it down, put a little pressure on it. Okay, I'll give it a little bit more control. If you want to see me down here, I'll get you where I'm at. This is a lot of work to weed and film. So keeping these pieces down. See, that's the little piece that didn't want to break off. Can you see me in here? So that A. There we go. So get that area. That part right there, another piece. I'm trying to see what's going on with it. Is it a bad cut, or is it just, so I gotta hold that down, that back in place, that, so that's something that I'm really worried about. And that's what I mean, it's a really delicate process. So I'm gonna start cutting the excess. If you already been peeled and you ready to go, you gotta get out of here. See. So now, turn it around, flip it, look at my design, and see what's really going on. What's stuck? So that Z shouldn't be not really right there on that back. And we'll revisit and see if we got anything in there that's causing havoc. See that fade? See, that's a cold piece right here. So when you're cutting a new design, you don't always have pieces that you got to remember how to weed it. So this is a real good example of, alright, if you ain't cut a piece in a minute,
Don't take your time. See how the cuts look. And that's going to help you in the end. Because, you know, you got little pieces like that. And you're trying to figure out how they work. So I go back to the original design. And I look at it and I say, okay, alright, what am I getting myself into? That A, yeah, that was a little disjointed. Got F, okay, that's what it's supposed to look like. So with the F, yeah, you got your little bit of a tail right there. So you get that out of there. Alright, so now I got my Crazy Faith rocking. Bam, you can see it. Crazy Faith. So now I go in here and I clean out my other little deets. Get that rocking. Get that in there. See these little details. That's the job. You customize detailing. So people come to you and they be having these crazy details in there. And you like, hey man, somebody actually has to work that shit out. And if you don't like the cursing, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get real comfortable. So it's like, okay, I'm looking. Okay, that R probably got a little, no, that R is filled. So that's how that look. It's got the little thing right there. And you're looking at a logo. Crazy Faith. Okay, so that's the one that I'm going to be printing today. Now, I'm going to stop the camera because I don't have the shirts. But I've taken you through the process of, you know, I cut the paper from form, put the paper on the machine, lay it out on the computer, and cut it. After you cut it, you weed it. So you got the major portion of what we doing over here. And like, see, got little details like that. Can't forget them. That comes out. I go down there and I say, oh yeah, a little Y. So all those little places that was barbed up, that had a little, you know, flap, that's what that was. Just let me know, alright. But you see, this paper ain't super holding it down. So you got to be really careful with your deets. And deets is details if y'all ain't getting my slang. But yeah, I could throw it on the jeans too. You know, I really got the process of having fun with it. Remind myself to say super petty, because this detail pulling is really super petty. Super petty. And that's how we do it. You know. Crazy Faith. You know. Boom. So that's what it looks like. And I'm gonna raise you back up here to the Street Scholar logo. Now you can see the glitter is a little bit different than this hologram. So I love working with the papers and I love working with that. And if you can see the hat, can you see the hat, baby? Yeah. And, you know, so all different custom designs. I think this is pretty dope. I'm gonna get to cutting the rest of these because I see I got a little, you know, work on my hands. So I'm gonna get to cutting and appreciate you. Okay, now these are my cuts. All of them came out good. I didn't lose any paper, so this one was like a real funny shaped page that I was able to reclaim. And let me turn it over here so I can see what I'm showing you. And so, you know, your boy's back. Mom came through. I had to tell her I was at work. I love that feeling. Alright. But so this is what I'm working with. This is
7 different logos. I'm gonna put on 7 different shirts. Right here, you'll see I got these crosses right here, but that's actually gonna be on the back of the shirt. So I'm gonna cut that out and place it on the back, and you'll see when you go to that phase. But I did want to keep the process going so everybody can see how I'm working it. Basically, you go from cutting the paper into the size you need. You go to your design up there. I didn't show you me actually designing it. Go to the design, and then you cut it. After you cut it, you got to weed it and take everything out. And the time has been going by, so it's been about 2.5 hours. I'll wait for the client to come through. She's a good client, so just so you know, this little piece is a $16, $17 piece, depending on how you price your shirts. So, you know, paper is going to cost you about $4, $3 per size, that sheet. So about $2.50 to $3. So you got to mark that up. You got to take into account the labor that you put into cutting and weeding. So, you know, when you charge $21 for a shirt, don't feel bad because it took you like 30 minutes of real intense and very detailed work. And, you know, don't feel bad. But she gets them at a discount because she's a repeat customer. And the first one she paid, you know, the average price for a custom-made shirt. So it's a beautiful process. Like I say, I'm almost to the end, just putting them on. Hopefully I can get them on straight. And like I said, take a look at them, enjoy. Like I say, thank you Crazy Faith for participating. And you know, her clients get them. It's a beautiful thing. Alright, now back, we got the client in. We're about to go into the placement.
Did you cut the crosses?
Yep, we got the crosses. So you said 7, right?
How many is it?
Probably more than 7. Black people. Okay, that's 6.
Is it just 6?
No, that's 6 right there, and this is number 7. Okay, we got 7. All right, so we got,
my apology.
we got Prince. Okay, example. Take games from the camera. Okay, so let me see where we at. Take the print, and as I said, the crosses. Now, question: is this cross the right size? Or is it smaller? Because I had it in the
Go
template.
look in the car and get one of those other shirts. She gonna bring another shirt in and we'll see.
Now I can cut some more.
Well, what would you ask me for if I'm stuck with it?
You're not stuck with it, all right? This video portion of the video gonna get edited.
Why? 'Cause I'm talking too much.
No, but we're just a customer. Now we don't want to put too much personality into it. This ain't drama. This is a how-to video. You got to have a good rapport with your clients, you know. So.
We have a good rapport.
All right, so we take that and we're going to get it set up on the press. Now, I know if you've seen one of these videos before, you already know the process. But for everybody who's seeing it, this is where we go. Smooth it out. Lines. Now this one I do high on the neckline because I wanted it to be sort of like a piece of jewelry. It's a fancy ink or fancy paper. So place it high on the neckline, and it gives it that bling bling effect. Okay, so that's how we get her placed, and this is the final step, really. So there's a few details we got to work out on this one. I'm just gonna wait for the other one to come through. other shirt so I can make sure I got all the details right. But usually, like I said, I just place it right there. This one high on the neckline, close to the V, so it's a jewelry print, as I like to call it, you know, like a nice big medallion for the Lord. So, if you saw that, you know I just broke my arm. Okay. So, there on my print. Now I'm gonna put an image with it. And I guess the hologram ink ain't as impressive as I thought it was because the client didn't say, "Ooh, I like that hologram." Client.
You know I like it. We had this conversation.
Okay, cool. I think, now here's a previous shirt. This is one already done. So you can see it's right there, the line gets it right on that F. So that's where I'm going to continue to go. And you see you got the print on the back. And if we compare the crosses, they are the same, so my template is good. I don't have to change anything in that. And now we can go to printing on a shirt. So I'm going to do a couple of them so you guys can see, and that'll conclude this tutorial on the process. So I just cover it, bring it down. It counts it down for me. Now hopefully I had that placed right. And that's what it all becomes. If you don't have good placement, you're ruining the shirt. That's the thing through the whole video about pulling out details and everything. Custom versus just a major print. Check that off. Placement was right, and we have the front done. So we'll pull that off and we'll take a look at it. There we go. If you compare it to the other, it's pretty much similar. There we go. That print. And the good thing about the V-neck is that the collar does not get in the way of your back prints. With a regular collar, you might want to have something under it to support the weight so you don't get an uneven print, because I think I got a complaint about that with the street scholars, and I don't have to look into it. So there we go. We're working on the last step of from paper, cut, weed, print, delivery. Thank you. And here's that cross that she loves so much. There we go. So front, back. Let me see that other one. Front, back. And that's the process. Enjoy, and I'll get back with you later.